Hi, it's me again, Crazy Monkey. I'm just walking through the forest. This is the second blog. All right, the first blog, I'm just going to recap it real quick. All right, so basically, I was talking about yuppies in these big cities like San Francisco, Seattle, Manhattan, and, they wind up going to these big cities or $50,000 in student loan debt, and then they wind up being single for life, and they just wind up becoming corporate slaves, corporate debt slaves for life, and their life is like pretty much wrecked. But now I'm going to talk about the best case scenario, because most people would consider getting married, having a family, the best case scenario. Okay, fair enough. So now I'm going to tell you the best case scenario if you live in Manhattan or if you live in like San Francisco. All right, here's the best case scenario, folks. All right, you're a woman, you get your leftist brainwashing degree. All right, you pay your $50,000 in student loan debt to get your brainwashing leftist degree from the University of Socialism. All right, if you're a guy, you do the same thing. All right, so now you and your wife, you and your girlfriend, you meet first, and then you're going to get married eventually, so eventually she'll be your wife, all right? Now, here's your best case scenario in a place like San Francisco or Manhattan. Here's your best case scenario. All right, so now you're $50,000 in debt, she's $50,000 in debt, you're mid-20s, you just met, you realize you have a lot in common. You're both corporate, you're both white collar, yeah, you got a lot in common, and you're both gonna make the big money. You're gonna make $100,000 to $200,000 a year. And your wife is going to make $100,000 to $200,000 a year because she is the super white collar mega woman. Wow, man, feminism's wonderful, isn't it? Let me tell you how wonderful it is in just a minute, all right? Just saying. Let me tell you how wonderful it is. All right, so now you're going to have a child, and then you're going to have another child. So now you got a baby and a toddler. And you're in Manhattan, or you're in San Francisco, you, your wife, your baby, your toddler. Now is when it gets bad. There's a little lizard over there. I'll show it to you. They're all over the place. I'm not even sure if you can see it. All right, but anyway, so now it's gonna get crazy. Now it's gonna get crazy. All right, so it's you, your wife, your baby, and your toddler, and you're still stuck in Manhattan or you're stuck in San Francisco, and you both got your corporate jobs. You got your corporate jobs because you're going up the corporate ladder. Yeah, that's right. You're paying off your student loan debt from the liberal leftist University of Socialism, where you got brainwashed to hate yourself and hate your culture. Yeah, you hate the West, you hate yourself, and you got brainwashed by a bunch of fucking commies. All right, so now after you got your communist degree from the University of Socialism, now you are living in Manhattan or San Francisco. You and your wife, you're still in debt. You're still paying off your college loan debts, and you're going up the corporate ladder making $100,000, $200,000 a year, and your wife's making $100,000 too. And you think you're gonna make it? You ain't gonna make it. Here's what's gonna happen: you're putting your toddler and your baby in the daycare. Hopefully they won't be molested. Hopefully they won't be beaten. Hopefully they won't be neglected. Hopefully they won't be emotionally abused. But it's very possible they might be, because that type of behavior is rampant at daycare facilities for young children. Just saying. Not that you care about that, because you're more into the corporate life, right? You're more into the corporate life. I mean, your wife would never be a stay-at-home housewife for the first 10 years of the children's lives. That would be so old-fashioned, right? That would be so anti-feminism, right? No, you're the feminist super warrior, and you're gonna do it all. You're gonna be the corporate woman, make $100,000 a year, and you're gonna throw away your baby, and you don't even care if your baby's being physically abused in the daycare center. It don't matter. Just throw them away, make that corporate money. All right, so here's your best case scenario. Here's your best case scenario. Your baby and your toddler don't get abused. They don't get abused. Maybe they just get a little bit thrown around, a little bit slapped in the face. Maybe they just get some mental abuse, yelled at, screamed at. So they did pretty good. Compared to a lot of the kids in the daycare centers, they did pretty good. Just saying, they did pretty good. All right, so now you got your two children in the daycare facility, and they're not being that abused. They're not being that abused. At least they're not being sexually abused. At least they're not being, killed and physically abused, like punched in the face. At least they're not getting like thrown down flights of stairs. All that shit happens in the daycare facilities. But at least they're just getting slightly abused. Just slapped in the face, just yelled at, screamed at. Just slightly abused. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You're doing pretty good, yuppie friend. You're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. All right. Now part 2 is the best case scenario. Best case scenario for all you yuppies, all you techies. Isn't this beautiful? It's too bad you ain't here, techie friend. Too bad you ain't here, yuppie friend. But I know. You got to be a corporate person. You got to work 70 hours a week. You got to be loving them 2-hour traffic jams in Silicon Valley. You just got to love that life, right? I know, 70-hour weeks, whatever. All right, you enjoy your 70-hour weeks, bro. I think we're going to walk over here. This looks kind of cool. All right, so you enjoy your 70-hour work week. I'm telling you your best case scenario right now. So your wife, the mega feminist, throwing away the 2 children. But the best case scenario is the children aren't being that abused. That's good. I'm telling you your best case scenario, right? So, sorry, just coughing up a little bit. All right, so basically, I told you, now you and your wife are going up the corporate ladder. Your 2 children in the daycare facility, but they're not getting too abused. It's not too bad. Just being yelled at, slapped around a few bit. Not too bad. So here's your best case scenario. All right, you're working 60 hours a week. Your wife is working 60 hours a week. All right, and you're stuck in 2-hour traffic jams. And then you want to buy a house because you got a baby and a toddler, and you want a house. I get that. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna buy the house in like a suburb of New York, a nice suburb. The house is gonna be $1 million. Yeah, that's right. So you're gonna be house poor. You're gonna be paying your whole paycheck for the housing mortgage payment. Just saying. And then you're gonna be on one of those trains for like 2 to 3 hours each day going back and forth. Just saying. Or let's say if you're in San Francisco, you're going to be like on a train